back to Man United Talks. This is the Premier League preview. Manchester United play Brighton this Saturday at Old Trafford. Back at Old Trafford after a great outing at Wembley. I'm ecstatic. We're on a roll right now. As you see, the form looks beautiful. 6 out of 6, man. That is unbelievable. But can we keep it going? I think we can. We're going up against Brighton. If you do enjoy, please drop a like and subscribe. That would be much, much appreciated. And let's get right into it. So, the Reds went out last week, played Spurs, and it was a good performance. I didn't see the game live, but I watched it back. We're just playing the United way, really, and we only won 1-0. But when you look at the play style and the way we were trying to attack Spurs, yes, they had most of the possession. Yes, they were dominant. But when we had the ball, we looked like a threat. And that was something that we was missing under Mourinho, under Van Gaal even. You know, we had a lot of possession under Van Gaal, but what did we do with it? Not much at all. So, as you see there, I got Rashford and Pogba as the top performers, and Lindelof, sorry. I think Lindelof has been exceptional these last few weeks. He's been great, and he dealt with the likes of Rondon against Newcastle, who we were kind of scared of. It was kind of an even... I wouldn't say Harry Kane got the best of him because he wasn't really challenged aerially with Harry Kane. And even when he did get past, when Harry Kane did get past Lindelof or Jones, De Gea came up big. That was his best performance all season. And a lot of people were saying the ball was kicked directly at him a lot of the time. But you got to also factor in positioning. You know, if he's in the position to not have to move that much, that's great goalkeeping. If you always have to make a dive or, you know, really jump at the ball, that's not great positioning, if we're going to be honest. So, yeah, the fact that in Lindelof, Pogba, we all know has been exceptional. He's got 4 goals and 5 assists, I think, in his last 5 appearances his first 5 appearances under Ole. It might be 4 and 4, but I'm not sure. All I know is that he's had the most goal contributions in the Premier League since Ole has came to Manchester United. So that right there is all I need to fill my I guess my tank of Pogba love. The guy is exceptional. I've known this forever. Just playing under Mourinho wasn't doing anything and doing him any favors. And then Rashford. I mean, need I say anything? I mean, he's been just something else under Ole. He's been free, he's been released, he's been first choice as he should have been when Lukaku was struggling. And even under Jose, he dropped Lukaku, but we still weren't getting this sort of Rashford. Mind you, Rashford was playing great under Jose. But when you factor in the team playing the fluid, free-moving football that we are, allowing Marcus Rashford to stretch defensive lines with his pace and just clinical finishing against Spurs as well. I'm very happy with what I'm seeing right now, and I just thank you, Ole, for just taking the shackles off. That's all really it was. It is people overcomplicate it and say, you know, is the squad good enough? Do we have the players? This is Manchester United. We always have the players, not necessarily Champions League winning players, a team good enough to beat Real Madrid, but Manchester United for the last 3 decades at the very least, you could go back even further than that, have had a team that can compete for top 4. Okay? Outside of top 4 is just inexcusable. And now we're level on points of Arsenal. Obviously, they have better goal difference than us. I think it's by 2 goals. I could be wrong. But they got City and Chelsea next. So, you know, let's really take advantage of what's in front of us. Speaking of Arsenal, though, they did draw 1-1 to Brighton. And you know, I guess, does that mean it's going to be a tough outing for us? I don't know. I think, if I'm going to be honest, we haven't done score predictions yet, and I'll get to it, but I think it'll be back to multiple goals at Old Trafford. Anyway, before I get into the lineups, let's talk about injuries. Smalling, Rojo, Fellaini, and Alexis are the injured players. Alexis is a doubt, but Ole is hoping that he will return to the bench. I don't think he'll start just yet. But Smalling and Rojo apparently just got back to running. And then Fellaini is going to be out for at least a month. So that's that. And let's get into the lineup. Big man like Dave in net. We all know this. Eric Bailly's suspension is over. So I got him in a back 4 of Shaw, Lindelof, Bailly, and Delo. Midfield 3 is going to stay the same as long as they're all fit, as far as I believe. And I believe Fred's also just given he hasn't given birth, but his partner has given birth. So, yeah. Speaking of people giving birth, though, Pogba, his partner gave birth. Lukaku's partner apparently gave birth before Christmas. It's a lot of babies just out of nowhere, like, you know. And I didn't even know Pogba and Lukaku were seeing anyone, which isn't my business. But you know, it's just a bit surprising. But I'm sure he'll be ready to play. I'm sure he'll be ready to play, and then we'll probably see some celebration that has to do with the baby, which I'm absolutely looking forward to. And then the front three, I'm going to keep the same as well. Only change, like I said last week, I could see is Mata. I've brought in Delo simply because Brighton, Izquierdo is injured, so he's not going to be featuring for Brighton. So that's a big danger that would be going against Delo. I could see Ashley Young playing. I hope not, though. I really hope not. And I could also see Phil Jones playing just because consistent running games, all that type of jazz. Excuse me. But I'll take Phil Jones. I would, but I really want to see Delo playing. Ashley Young is not a great crosser of the ball. I know he crossed the ball a couple times. It was decent against Spurs. But Delo, not only does he bring the crossing, but just the fact that he runs forward so well and he actually beats the opposition's fullback. Like, he actually will go up against him, do a couple step overs, take him on. Ashley Young does that, you know, it's more of feints and, you know, that type of stuff, but he's so predictable. And Delo also cuts in and crosses on his left foot, which is just, you know, it's great. Yeah, I think he needs to play. No disrespect to Brighton, but they're not, you know, tough opposition, or the toughest opposition, and their star man, in my opinion, from the wing anyway, in Izquierdo is injured. So let's try to take advantage of that. Other than that, there's not much I can really see changing. Will Lukaku come back in? I doubt it. Rashford's playing exceptional. I could see Chong maybe being on the bench for this one, to be honest. The 23s did play yesterday, though, and I didn't catch the lineup. But if he was in the lineup, then highly unlikely he'll be on the bench. But yeah, that's what I'm going with. So back to the teams. Let's talk about Brighton now. Let's talk a bit about Brighton. Obviously, they sit in 13th, which is actually pretty darn good. I think they finished 15th last season. 13th is pretty good. Pretty good, 26 points. Would you believe we won 26 points, 5 games ago? I think when Mourinho was sacked, we won 26 points, which is just... Anyway, we ain't going to talk about it. I've got their top performers as Locadia and Duffy. Locadia's got a couple in the last 3 games, and Duffy is just solid, man. Dunk is also good as well, but he got a red card. Yeah. Excuse me. He hasn't been at his best, but Shane Duffy is pretty darn consistent, and a lot of respect to him. The form is all right, you know. You know, it's not shabby, but, you know, for their aspirations, they're not aiming for Europe. They're trying to steady the ship and maybe go for Europe in the next half decade, if so. But, you know, for a team like Brighton, I think they're just in a good place. They're in a good place. Fair play to Chris Hughton, man. I respect that guy so much. And he's doing good things. As you see there, their injuries, Bernardo, who I believe is a right back, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. They got Izquierdo and Basuma, who I think is like a number 10. He's decent, you know, a bit of a threat. He's quick and has a good long shot. So that's something that they're missing out of their arsenal. So, you know, that's cool. That's cool. Bernardo, I think, has assisted in the last couple games. You know, so these are key players for them. But, you know, they got the likes of Glenn Murray still, Locadia, who is in the top performers, in my opinion. And that's going to be a test for Lindelof. Another test. He played Rondon. Harry Kane didn't really give him that much of a challenge aerially. But if he goes up against Glenn Murray or Locadia, that's going to be tough because they are big guys. So, yeah, that's going to be fun. Now let's get into predictions because I don't really know. I mean, Brighton play a free style of football and, you know, there's nothing too rigid. They do sit in like 2 banks of 4 when you press and go at them. And that, you know, I think we're capable of breaking that down. We went against Newcastle, who were sitting really deep and played that low block, and we still got 2 goals. So I think we are capable, and we're at Old Trafford, you know, so anything's possible. So my score prediction, I think we'll keep another clean sheet. I'm gonna say 3-0 to the boys. Rashford's gonna score again. Hopefully Lukaku off the bench. That'd be absolutely brilliant. And a goal contribution from Pogba or Martial. You know, I don't really care at this point. We're playing such good football. I don't care who is involved because everyone's morale is up because we're playing so positively. That is huge for the boys, and I'm grateful. So that's it for me. If you guys did enjoy, please drop a like and subscribe. I appreciate all of you guys. There was no Spurs preview. I tried to record it, but my computer crashed, so I kind of just thought it would be irrelevant if it took too long. But hopefully, there will be a Brighton review. Whether or not it will be the day of or the day after, I'm not 100% sure yet, but there should for sure be a review. Thank you guys for watching, and I am out of here. Deuces.